Hey there, everybody. Let's see, make sure that I don't have part of my breakfast showing on the screen. So we are back with my round granny in a spiral. And I finished up round 11, and we are going to work on I believe it's 12 and 13, which according to the video, my fingers have been peeling. That's beside the point. Are 2 rounds of regular, which means it is 3 double crochets in every single chain space, and so I'm just pulling out some yarn now to give me a bit of leeway. So just to kind of go over what I am using, it is Puff Flower Mega Yarn Cake, premium quality acrylic yarn. I believe they hand tie all of this gorgeous yarn by hand, and I have another one. But it is approximately 1200 meters, and the color, I don't know if they still have this on their site, but it is the Witch's Magical Fairy Dust Cake, and it is because of the silver in the black yarn. So we are back at the stitch marker there, and so now, like I said, rounds 12 and 13 are just regular, which is 3 double crochets in every chain space, and then also if you hear sounds, it might be my television, and it may be my dog or my cat, and so I apologize for any sort of noise. I try to turn the TV down so that doesn't interfere. And then the dog, there's nothing I can do about that. He likes to constantly pace in the house. Why, I don't know. It's not for a lack of letting him out. He just seems to have the amount of energy like a Energizer bunny. I mean, like, my husband will let him out in the backyard and he will run full blast for 15 or 20 minutes, tongue flapping in the wind, and he's running in circles so fast that he, like, the side of him is touching the ground, and that is him. If you can hear that in the background, he is making a bunch of noise. He likes to take his bone. He has a favorite bone, and he likes to throw it in the air and try to catch it, which 99% of the time he is not very successful at. So it ends up making a bunch of noise, and or we have linoleum floors, and so which really bothers my feet, but we did get some area rugs, which helps some, but he will go skittering across the floor, and which will cause the area rug to move, and I'm moving this so that it's a bit closer, and or just like last night, he went skittering across the floor from one end of the living room all the way into the dining room, right next to his food and water bowl, and ran, like, he slid that far and then ended up running into his water and food bowl. Luckily, there wasn't any food, and there was very little water in it, so nothing got spilled. But yeah, sometimes it is chaos in the house, which can be a bit dangerous for me sometimes, because I do not want to fall post hip surgery. So I do my best to try to keep him calm, and which obviously sometimes is not a success, but you know, I do my best anyhow. So like I say in all of my videos, subscribe, like, comment down below, hit the notification button so you know when I upload the next video. And then you know, even the thumbs up helps, a comment helps, even if it's just an emoji, to get me out there. And then I'm hoping tomorrow, I really want to go to Joann's, so I want to walk around and see, since I heard that they are going out of business. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I want to get in there, if it is, to see if they are and what kind of sales I can take advantage of, because you know me, I am all about the sales, because like, I believe they sell woobles, and I've been wanting to. Hey now, Kona, sorry, Kona, quit that. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I don't know, he had like a bit of a spasm moment there. It's kind of like when your cat has the zoomies. That's kind of what I equated that to. I don't know where that came from. He wasn't even chasing his bone, so I don't know. I equate it to the fact that he's 4. I mean, overall, he's a good dog. Kona! He just sometimes doesn't listen very well. So I apologize. So anyway, what I was saying is, I believe Joanne sells woobles, so I would like to get my hands on woobles. I don't, you know, obviously I don't know if they're going to be on sale, but even if I can just get 1 or 2, I know that just recently released a Lord of the Rings kit. Their kits, like their actual like full like kits with more than 1 character in them, I believe are on the expensive side. Like, I would love to get their Harry Potter kit, but it's like over $100. While I understand they give you everything, it's over $100. Yeah. So, there's that. But I want to see what they have. So I may try to do that tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment, and so maybe I'll see what time they open and see if I can sneak on over there before my appointment, and you guys can come shopping with me, and hopefully I will do an okay job with the video, and you can see what I decide to pick up. And I believe today is the day that I get that bedspread slash blanket for my mom via UPS. So I will be unboxing that as well in one of my videos soon. So there's that too. So and I just realized that, like, in going through all my stitches and around, this one here has 4 stitches. That's okay. She said multiple times with this particular pattern, it's super forgiving if you have extra stitches, or like, you know, spots where you've missed a stitch or whatever it is. It's not the end of the world. And that's the way I, unless it's like blatantly obvious, or say it's like where I notice it right away, where it's like, oh, okay, like the previous cluster had, you know, an extra stitch, then I'll frog it. But if you're talking where you notice it and you're like halfway through, yeah, no, I am not going to go back and frog it to that point. I'm sorry. No. That is just not happening. So, this yarn, though, I have to say, is like super easy to work with. I haven't really had any of the yarn split on me. And then the other thing too is that I'm trying to keep my videos to be, you know, about a half an hour or so that, you know, they're not completely and utterly like boring, and you don't shut it off, because I really want you to watch the video to the end, because, you know, I mean, that's the whole point, right? And I do think I put, you know, effort into this. I do try to come up with topics or projects or whatever it is that I think may be interesting. And then there's some times where I'm like, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do, regardless if people are interested in watching it. So, I mean, like, yesterday's video was me shopping at the Asian market, and then it was kind of like, well, you know, if it's watched, then it's watched. If it's not, it's not. It's, to me, it's kind of like, it's not a big deal. So it's, you know, I guess I kind of have that attitude some days with some of the videos, because a lot of, you know, a lot of my videos are not always yarn or resin centric. It's sometimes about what I want to do in that particular day, when it comes to the content. So sometimes it'll be a hit, sometimes it'll be a miss, and I'm all right with that. I mean, you know, if you guys have been with me from the very beginning, you'll know that actually the whole purpose of this channel initially was to provide support for myself with vlogs or video diaries, by, you know, putting out there how difficult it is to be somebody who has, you know, the issues that I do, and then, you know, kind of just getting things off my chest. And, you know, I do have a support system, a very good support system, so it's not necessarily about that, But then I found that there were people out there who also connected with me because they also deal with the same issues. Sorry, I'm moving it down so that I can ensure at a little bit that this is on the screen, because I know that one, my hands tend to shake, and two, they tend to wander. So anyhow, so yeah, and so I was surprised that, you know, at one point was like, wow, I've got like a couple, like 100 subscribers, or Ohana members as I call you. And then it grew from there, and then I hit 500, and I'm like, whoa. And then I made friends with a lot of you. And then I met Thriss and Stitches, and she and I are besties and all of that stuff. And then what is it? I who is it? Dang it. And I don't know. I just kind of, put out there, all of this fun stuff, because this for me is art therapy. This helps quiet the brain, because I have to concentrate on, like, counting stitches and, recognizing that I need to do this with my hands, and my brain doesn't have the capacity to then wander off and turn stuff into a panic attack. Which, by the way, if you can believe, with all the things that I have gone through in my life, and after multiple years of dealing with anxiety and panic attacks, and having to have medication because they were so severe and I had so many of them, and then I was forced, by no choice of my own, to be taken off of them by my pain management doctor. And that was not a pretty situation, okay? For those of you who know what it's like to deal with anxiety, it's hard. So I was told I had to get off of the medication, and I had a hard time with it. I will freely admit that. And it took a good month or so for me and my brain to be like, okay, you don't have a choice in this. It's either do with it, or you're not going to have any help to manage your pain. So as I blabber on about this, I know that this, not everybody likes to hear about this. So I understand if this kind of turns you off. So feel free to shut it off if you don't want to hear about this little bit of a journey, mainly because I'm proud of myself with this. But so I am almost done with being tapered off of my medication. And in the process, I have found that my anxiety has lessened. Yes, I do have panic attacks. I will definitely admit to that. Yes, sometimes they are very, very difficult to deal with. I know that they will not really ever go away. They will be managed better, with my own coping mechanisms. So what might be mine may not be yours. Mine is essentially, I talk to myself in my head about, asking myself these questions to rationalize why I am having these attacks, and to the point where I can essentially talk myself off the ledge, okay? And it's hard. Trust me, it is hard. And so now I am to the point where, like I said, I'm almost done with being taken off of the medication. I would say maybe another month or so, and I think I may be done, maybe 2. And then I will be able to manage the panic attacks with medical marijuana. For those of you who may be against it, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's just what works for me. All right. But the thing is now is my panic attacks have reduced by a lot. And so I am proud of myself to say that what used to be a massive crisis on a regular basis is now not. I still have them. I will not lie about that. But while they used to be a daily occurrence where I would have 8 to 10 of them every single day or more, I will say now it might be on a good week 8 to 10 or a dozen in a week. And I think that that's progress. And part of that is because I got to the point of acceptance, right? I was angry. I was frustrated. I was sad. I was disappointed. But now, as I work on row, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So as now I am on the road to acceptance because I know that it has to be done, and that I am doing it and I can do it because I have the tools to do it. And I probably could have done it, but it was, I was kind of stuck. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents as far as that goes. We'll stop talking about that. I know for some of you it's not your cup of tea. So anyhow, I've been joking a lot. I'm also on Instagram. So if you guys are also on Instagram, I have 2 accounts. One is MDLD_13. That particular page is geared toward mental health and chronic illness, chronic pain. And I used to sell self-care boxes on that page. I am planning on bringing them back. I was going to do that in January, but everything got sidelined. It was going to be like January or something last year or mid-year last year, but with everything that's happened over this last year, I had to push that aside. So I believe that I am now ready to do it. I just need to start finding small businesses to feature in my boxes. I also am thinking about selling mystery boxes again. So it's going to be yarn from my stash, okay? Yarn from my stash. I have all kinds of yarn, acrylic. I've got wool. I've got silk. I've got you name it, I've probably got it. And so I know I have to purge some of it. And so my way of purging is to share it with you guys. And so I'm going to be making some mystery boxes. I don't know how I'm going to price them yet. And what I'm going to do, so I used to do them where I would make them in accordance to what your preference is. This time around, what I'm going to do is they're going to be pre-packaged and sealed up ahead of time. So you won't get a say ahead of time on what you would like. It will just be the price point that you will be buying the box at. So I will have where like the high-end yarn boxes will be set, you know, obviously a little bit higher, and then I'll have a middle tier and then a lower end tier. And I will try my best for, especially for the middle tier and the lower end tier, to try to include some of the nicer yarns in there so that you do get that in your box too, that it's not just straight up like just acrylic yarn. Not that there's anything with just 100% acrylic yarn, but I do want you guys to be able to get your hands on some fun stuff that maybe you wouldn't be able to. And for those of you who have been with me from the beginning, know that, and if you've ever gotten my mystery boxes before, from what I've heard anyway, my mystery boxes are usually a pretty big hit. I don't know how many I'm going to sell. I've got to take a look at my stash, and then I'll decide how I want to go about doing it. Like how many premium boxes I'm going to do, how many mid-tier level I'm going to do, and then how many low-end tier I'm going to put out there. And the thing is that the cash for the mystery boxes will, number one, be going towards helping probably buy more yarn, buy prizes for giveaways, because I do want to hold a live soon. 3, it will also help me with funding a vacation that I am trying to plan for my family and myself. We want to go to Japan, and so I figured this is a good way to do it. I am also thinking about selling some of my ears, and so I know that for a lot of you that's not a thing, but the other thing, so okay, I kind of went off topic. So the MDLD_13 self-care boxes, I'm going to be making those self-care boxes. Usually I make about 10 of those, okay? I don't know what the price point is going to be. Then I have another page on Instagram. That page is has the same name as my YouTube account. So if you have Insta, you are more than welcome to give me a follow there. I haven't posted a whole bunch lately. I've been posting a little bit more on Insta on my MDLD page. If you are interested, once I do get my mystery boxes and then the self-care boxes all done and ready to go, I will probably sell the mystery boxes on YouTube via the community page. And then if you are interested in purchasing a self-care box, which self-care boxes usually include fun things like face masks, soaps, different kind of lotions, stickers, because I usually hire a artist, and they create something for me that has something to do with mental health, and then I make it into a limited edition sticker. Okay, so I already have the art for it. It's just a matter of turning it into a sticker. And then what else? What else have I done? I've put in crochet items like coasters, bookmarks, bags, baskets. I mean, you know, some stuff that are just quick and easy to throw together. And then those self-care boxes will be sold on my Instagram page. And then I have had ambassadors for my Insta page, the MDLD page, who I pick, and they get a free self-care box ahead of everybody else, and they unbox it on camera so that they can share with whoever their followers are what is in the box. And then they also will get their own code and get a percentage off of, you know, whoever uses their code will then allow them to get, you know, like 10% off of each box that is purchased with that person's code. So essentially the benefit of being an ambassador, or whatever you want to call it, for the self-care boxes is that you get a free self-care box. They are usually worth around $50 to $75 retail. But I sell it for less, obviously. So they're mystery boxes essentially, but geared a little bit differently. So once I have figured out all the logistics with that, if you are interested in becoming an ambassador, I already have one. I will be putting out feelers for those who may want to become one, and why you would want to. But you have to have Instagram. You don't have to have YouTube. It would help, but you don't have to. So anyhow, there's that. And like I said, it will all go towards postage. It will go towards prizes. It will go towards more self-care boxes, more yarn, because you can never have more yarn. And then obviously, like I said, it will help fund my vacation for my family and I. Because I know when I have lives, I don't usually get a whole lot of people come, and that's fine, mainly because there's only so much time that I have during the day to be able to do it. And so the hours that I do it is kind of weird. And, you know, being a small account, it's not like I expect, like, you know, a couple hundred people to show up. And the fact that I've been off and on in Ghostland doesn't help either. I know what I need to do to get people to come back is to start doing resin pours. So I just need to get my act together. So, which is one of the reasons why I want to do the mystery boxes is to help get my yarn under control. And then it will also allow me to organize my stash a little easier. And so, yeah. My mom also wants us to visit, and my husband also wants us to go back to Iowa to visit as well. So it's kind of like, whoa, you know, lots of things. But I know in order for us to get to Japan, I need to get my button gear on getting those passports taken care of. So that's like the one of the first things that I need to take care of. So like I said, mystery boxes will be sold once I get them together, which will all be pre-boxed ahead of time. So you won't get to choose, you get what you get, and there will be no returns. And then that will be all sold on YouTube on my community page. I will let you guys know ahead of time when I drop the release for the boxes and how many there are available. And once they're gone, they will be gone until I decide to make more. And then the self-care boxes, if you are interested, that's also on that's on Instagram, and it will be on the page called MD as in dog, LD as in dog, _ 13. And then I will also let you know when I am about to drop those babies as well. Those are also limited quantities because it takes money to make those things, and also it ain't free when I ship as well, because the prices include shipping, as will the mystery boxes of yarn. I'm thinking that when it comes to the self-care boxes, I may make an announcement and then do like reveals of each item. So 1 second, and I'm going to, because I just finished, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, round 13, and I'm going to do one more round and then we'll finish up. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's wrong. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kona. $11, $12, $13. Okay, so we are at 13, and now I'm going to work on 14, which is an increase, which means it is 3 double crochets, I hate it when I do that. Okay. 3 double crochets. So it's regular increase. Okay, so we'll do 3 double crochets in the first chain space, and then 3 double crochets in the next chain space, hopefully this is not like boring or awful or like ugh, you know. And then next is the increase, which is 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets in the same space. So that's 2 and 3. So that's the increase, right? Now we'll do it again. And like I said, I'm just gonna wrap it up. You know, I don't want it to be too long. You know, I think we're trucking along pretty good with this blanket. And then I will finish up. So if you've watched to the end, I truly appreciate it. Comment down below, subscribe, notification bell, thumbs up, always helps. And I truly appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you guys in my next one, which hopefully will be tomorrow. And as I said, I do have an appointment, so I hope it will work out so that I can go to Joanne before my appointment. So until then, I am going to continue working on this particular round and then set it aside, and then we'll have fun in my next video. So I will talk to you guys then. Bye.